Schwartz, listen. I just heard that you took one of our sweet, amazing artists that we work with to do blow, to do cocaine, and she didn't do it, thankfully. But why would you subject her to even coming with you to do that? And why are you even doing it? And I've heard you say this before, and it's unacceptable. Cocaine is not your Adderall. That's not how it works. If you want to do Adderall, do Adderall. Go to a doctor like a fucking human. Don't prescribe cocaine as an Adderall substitute for yourself. What is going on? And first of all, and then you're bitching at me about and you crushed it. And then you're like, oh, I didn't mean I meant. So first of all, don't do blow in front of sweet people who don't do drugs. Try not doing it at all. And two, don't just find cities to bitch about and then say, oh, I meant another city. All right, get home. Get your shit together. Pull your head out of your ass and drink some fucking water. And please, go walk around with the band and crew and hand out some waters.
All right, and we're live. Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast. I'm Andy Frasco. The season finale, season fucking 5 finale of the World Saving Podcast. I can't believe we've done 251 episodes, 250 episodes. Fucking nuts. Yeah, we're ready. I'm ready to go the fuck home. How are the boys? Y'all feeling good about this? Let's get some boys in here. Sean, come in here. I haven't talked to you in a while. Sean Eccles, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, bud.
How's it going?
Man, we're out here. We're on tour today.
Ooh, hey, Skip.
We're
Damn.
touring. We got 3 more shows left. We've been touring our asses off.
Your hair looks beautiful.
It's fucked up.
It looks straight.
Yeah, it's like Prince Valiant going on right now because I wore a fucking beanie in the van all day so I could sleep.
How's it going?
It's going great, man.
Yeah, you feeling good?
Yeah, Floyd just fucked my guitar all up, so we're going to see if it works.
Yeah, Floyd, he brings his friend over here, and now he thinks he's a fucking guitar tech.
I mean, if I can't do it myself, so we'll see if Floyd can take a whack at it. But, you know.
What,
How are you doing?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go home, bro.
Yeah, but you're not going to go home.
I'm not. I'm going to go straight to Chicago to go hang out with Bayless and the Humphreys crew. And
that's right. And then we'll see you in Outer Banks.
Outer Banks. What are you going to do? You're just going to sleep? Are you going to actually sleep?
No,
you sleep a lot. You're working, though.
I sleep during the day because I do my best work under the cover of darkness.
That's my boy. That's my show pony. There he is, under the darkness.
Oh, yes.
You have a lot of gigs. Oh, a French fry? Hey, Skip.
I have gigs in January.
Oh, that's good. That's bomb. They're good. Thank you. Skip, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Andy?
Ready to go home?
No, I never go home. I live at my house 30 days a year. I'm a road dog, bitch.
Thank God. The year in review. What do you think was your favorite show of the year?
Peach Fest.
Peach Fest was amazing. You were crying, bro. We were crying together.
It was fucking beautiful, man.
That was an amazing thing.
It was beautiful. And then I jumped the highest off the piano I ever have. It was fucking good. It felt like 3 days I was in the air.
Dude,
crazy.
I always try. I know when you're about to jump off the piano, and I try to press that down button, but it doesn't go slow enough for your fucking ADD brain.
Off the top rope.
Yeah, I think Peach Fest was that was the most special.
Crazy.
No,
There's a lot of good shows, but that was fucking epic.
Yeah,
it was big shit.
You ready to play the pageant? That's
fucking pumped.
That's like your ultimate memory as a local.
So I grew up playing music down in Delmar at Cicero's. It's like the Humphreys boys. They were playing on Friday night, selling the place out, and I was playing to like 40 people on Thursdays, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where I started, but I played with like Little Feet.
You played with the Humphreys at the pageant?
I played the Humphreys like 3 times at the pageant.
And Little Feet?
Yep, Little Feet twice.
Here we are, headlining
JJ
it.
Gray, Mofro here and there on a New Year's run.
Look at us.
Look at us now. Now we're playing that.
Now we're headlining that bitch. Let's go! It only took 15 goddamn years.
15 years and we fucking did it.
Fuck. Yeah. But we did it. It took time. Thanks for believing in this whole fucking weird project, and we love you.
Live for it. Love you too.
I love you. Sean Eccles, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being there.
Peace out.
Well, who's next? Ernie Chang. Ernie Chang never gets on the podcast. He's the shyest one in the fucking band. Ernie Chang. How you doing?
What's up, bro?
Damn. You're almost home.
Almost home. But I fucking loved every single minute of this year, man.
It's been amazing, right?
Oh, dude. I'm still remembering the beginning of the year, man. Like, damn, we sold out Troubadour, our hometown. Yeah. It's just like, just everything that we did through the summer and just having fun. Just now we're just sliding home and
I hear
ending
you.
at the fucking pageant in my new hometown.
I know this is like a hometown show for you at the pageant, like the biggest venue in the state.
It is. I think it is. Besides like the arena.
Yeah. Yo, you're a married man now. What's the difference between married sex and dating sex?
Well, for me, it gets better.
Hell yeah. We're live. My man,
Yeah,
he's all
man.
married. You got a dog named Kobe.
Yep. Gotta love Cove. Love Cove. Got 2 other cats, and then a new home. Everything.
Right.
This big year today.
I know, dude. And are you ready to go home, get some sleep, see the girl?
Yeah, I am. I'm ready to go home for sure.
Yeah.
But even when I do go home, I still got stuff to do. I had a flooding in my house.
Oh, Jesus. Homeowners is the worst. Floyd has termites.
Oh,
my house is burning down, just leaks everywhere. It's like, fuck, why do we even get caught up in the American dream? We're rock stars. We don't need to buy houses. We live in vans and hotel rooms.
Oh, man, that's our investment, vans and touring.
And then your wife's like, no, the fuck you don't. Your wife's like, nah, bitch. I live with you too, motherfucker.
I can't do it without her. She's the one that runs the ship, so.
You took her to the homeland, Taiwan.
I did for the very first time.
How was it?
Oh, it was fucking amazing. Did the whole 9 yards.
Did you do the whole thing when you took us there? On
Oh
the
yeah,
cruise?
same thing. My aunt
Hello.
did the whole shuttle, and then like the whole family was there. Dad, nephews, sister, distant aunts and uncles, and then Amy had a hell of a time. She got a little drunk happy towards the end.
Oh yeah, your family likes to drink when they're all together. It's fucking.
Oh yeah, it's like ridiculous. Oh,
How's your aunt doing?
which one?
The one who always takes care of us.
Yeah, on Emma. Yeah, she's great. She's
Yeah.
enjoying retirement. She had all of us there, and just like she was a big old smile on her
Happy,
face. Oh yeah,
crying.
Oh yeah, just having a great time.
I love it. What was your favorite show of the year?
Oh man, so many to choose. Well, I mean, we hometown boys. That Troubadour show meant a lot. That was just like
Actually, I forgot about the Troubadour when we sold out the Troubadour. That was like the dream venue. For
it
us.
was. I mean, we started in LA, and then next thing you know, it was like, oh, we gotta do the Troubadour, and then now we're just like slowly climbing up that.
Now we're going to the El Rey.
Let's go.
Or the Fonda. Is it the Fonda?
I think it's the Fonda.
the Fonda.
I
That's
don't know.
still tight. Let's go. We'll take a win.
We'll take it. Let's go.
Thanks for all your hard work this year. I appreciate you. You're my dog.
Bro,
we're
love
in
you,
this
man.
together. You know what time it is. You keep getting better and better. You and Sean are playing your fucking asses off.
Oh,
This
yeah.
has been the best I've ever heard you two. Like, you guys are good. You were good as soloists. Like, now it's like, I don't even have to point at you guys. You guys are already fucking on a wavelength.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Fucking pop,
Oh,
pop,
yeah.
pop. It's like sparring. It's like at the gym, just going pop, 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 pop.
Yo, there you go. Yeah, it is. No,
good.
I love Sean, man. He's a hell of a fucking musician, and just listening to him gives me ideas too. It's just listen together. That's always the best thing to do.
I love it. Ernie
yeah.
Chang. Ernie Chang. Thank you,
Oh
Ernie.
yeah.
Ernie Chang on the fucking building. Next up, the big dog. The big dog. Get over here, big dog. Andy Avila. Hoof, 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 hoof. How the fuck you doing, Andy Avila? Let's go.
Oh man, I fucking slept my ass off last night.
Yeah? You took a night off?
Just no drinking, just sleeping. Feels great.
I did that too. I watched Taylor Swift, the Taylor Swift concert with M, our photographer.
Cool. Taylor's cool. All right, no hate. No hate. Nobody wants any Taylor Swift fans.
No, you don't
coming
want the
for us.
Swifties going after you.
We're good. We're cool with the Swift.
We're cool with the Swifties. I just liked how hard she's a hard fucking worker.
Hey man, if you're that big, you got to be hard working.
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna want to make $1 billion, you're gonna have to.
Stardom ain't for no bitches.
Yes, yeah, exactly. How you feeling? You ready to go home?
I'm fucking ready to go home, dude. I'm fucking ready to go home.
Yeah.
And I got gigs when I get home as well.
You got gigs? What can you want to promote your gigs?
I'm playing with my band, the Avila Band, at our local watering hole. Nothing special, just something nice and sweet. And then I'm playing with a bunch of dudes. They freaking hire me because I'm there, and I take them because I'm fucking like making money.
Let's go, baby! Make that money, Big Daddy!
And they're homies, so it's fun to play with them. But the money's cool too.
Christmas is your favorite time of year.
Christmas, my
We
birthday.
went to the Hipster Christmas in Nashville. The Hipster
was-
Christmas party.
That was tight.
That was
Erin
tight.
Ray made me shed a tear.
Erin Ray's a
Sweet
bad
singer.
bitch. Yeah.
She was so fucking dope, dude.
All of them. Butch Walker was
Butch
there too.
Walker, fucking Paul McDonald.
It was the
and a
hang
bunch
of hangs.
cool Nashville people I don't know, but they were all fucking killer.
I just saw you. I always looked because you love Christmas so much. I always look on the shoulder, and you're just like,
I was just like vibing,
Smiling.
just hanging. Paul's up there, came back.
yeah,
that
Paul
was a good
McDonald
hang.
crushed it too.
That was a good hang.
What was your favorite show of the year?
Shit, man. I mean, Buffalo was pretty fucking good. Buffalo's always good.
Yeah.
I think the pageant tonight's gonna be good. This whole weekend with Maggie Rose is gonna be
The
good.
pageant's going to be special.
The pageant's gonna be special. I know it is. I mean, Sean's been talking about it for weeks.
He's been talking about it for years.
Yeah. He's
My
stoked.
man's been waiting for the pageant his
He's
whole
stoked.
goddamn life. This is
He's
like his
stoked.
Madison Square
And
Garden.
Ernie lives there now, so you know it's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
gonna
a
be
little
special.
hometown show, kind of.
Right.
St. Louis is the home. You know, we've been playing there from Broadway Oyster Bar and now to the pageant.
Well, make sure you get some sleep.
I'm always sleeping.
I want you to make love with Elise.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh my God, you guys are gonna make so much love.
Christmas love.
Christmas love. I want eggnog all over the bedroom.
Oh, I got my tree set up, dog. I got my dogs there with bows on them and shit.
I want you to be pouring eggnog everywhere in that house.
Yeah. Eggnog helps with the.
You got a turtleneck?
Potency.
You got a Tony Soprano turtleneck for Christmas?
Ooh, I should get one. Hell no, I'm too hot, dog. Fuck that. I'm sweating right now. Shit.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Well, Beats, thanks for being here. Thanks for working so hard.
Hell yeah.
You're the shit. Andy
gonna go watch
Avila.
my show.
Yeah, go watch your show. What are you watching?
Boardwalk Empire, because I
Let's
like
go.
that mafia shit.
You do love that
Peace
mafia
out.
shit. All right, big dog. Big dog. The big dog. Last but not least, he's here. Oh, Skippy, come on, get in here. What's up, Skip? What are we doing? This is the season finale.
Season finale. I'd like to thank a few people.
Okay.
I'd like to thank Andy. I'd like to thank my ex for cheating on me.
Yeah.
That fucking tour for the last year and meet this beautiful man right here.
You know, I think everything happens for a reason. If she didn't cheat
It
on
does.
you, we wouldn't have been close.
We wouldn't. And I love her. She's still one of my best friends. More. Yes, that's right.
I can't.
I'll
do
tell
more
you
for
when.
you. I'll do.
I'd like to thank the cute bartender that just poured me a double IPA across the street while I got my burger.
I love it.
I'd like to thank you again.
I love you, Skip. Thanks for
Love you,
fucking
buddy.
selling merch. Thanks for being in the holiday cheer. Thanks for always staying optimistic when we are fucking pieces of shit during the morning. You always walk up out of the hotel like, "What's up, y'all? How we doing?" I'm like, "Fuck, shut up, Skippy."
That's called a hangover.
Well, we love you. Shout
love
out
you
to
too.
Dialed In, and while we're cheersing, shout out to Dialed In Gummies.
The best.
The best gummies in the planet. Shout out.
Why?
Because they are homogenized and they're from homogenized. Thank you, Sean. I
See,
fucked
you
that
see,
up.
it's a homogenous mixture, which means that it's the same throughout. And
Yes.
even though I was a straight A student in chemistry, I thought it was homogeneous,
Homogeneous.
which that's what I call my dad these days. I love you.
Well, we love you. And
Cheers.
shout out to volume.com. You guys have been sponsoring us all year for the last couple years now.
Good people.
We can't do this without you, and you're just making our lives so much easier. So if any of my fans, friends, that's kind of like what we are. We're
Friends.
friends. My fans are
Okay.
friends.
Let's go.
But seriously, if you know me and you love what I do, go support those guys. Volume.com, Dialed In Gummies. They're the best in the business, and they've supported us for so long. Let's go and support them.
Here's to them.
Here's to them
Here's
too.
to you.
And happy fucking kiss.
Mwah.
Thank
Always. He can
Gotta
always
kiss
get
your
it.
bros. Sometimes, when they make you that merch money, you gotta kiss your bros. Let's go.
ATM right
Let's
here.
go,
'Cause I'll
ATM.
print money. Let's go.
Cheers. Happy holidays,
Buy a
Skippy.
t-shirt. All right, I'll see you soon.
Wow. Amazing. Em, get over here too. We're gonna get the whole fucking family. And last but not least, I know he has his headphones on with no music blaring. So we'll definitely. No, you can't hide from this, motherfucker. And it's been 48 hours, so I get my touches. Okay, and let the world know it's been 48 hours, and we'll talk about that in a second. Em,
What up?
we got Em, our photographer, our lady. We had girls' night last night.
We did.
That was fucking
It
amazing.
was so needed.
We ordered Chinese food at 4 a.m.
Champagne.
We got Hampton Inn champagne.
And the arrows.
And we watched Taylor Swift. That was the first ever Taylor Swift concert I've ever seen.
I have been watching so much lore and like mysteries and
Yeah.
clues and people with theories. And so I feel like I know so much about her. I could probably name all of the albums in order, but
I love it.
have I seen a show? No.
Yeah.
Have I listened to an entire song? last night.
Amen.
It was pretty cool.
I loved seeing how hard she worked. And it was just nice to, just take a day off from, being a degenerate alcoholic and,
Yeah.
have one with the boys or have one with the girl. It's so great to have estrogen in this fucking.
It's been so nice to provide it. It's been so fun.
Well, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
You're part of the family now. Get
We're on
used
the
to these
calendar.
crazy motherfuckers.
Speaking of merch.
Speaking of merch. Oh yeah, Em made the calendar, y'all. She all her photos. Clap it. That was a beautiful calendar.
Thank you.
It's a gorgeous calendar.
It's a team effort.
We love it.
Love
Em,
it.
Thank you
you.
for putting up with our drunk asses.
Love you
I really
guys.
appreciate it. And thanks for being on the show.
We all build each other up.
Yep. And Wallace, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fucking go. Last but not least, Boy Toy himself. Boy Toy himself. He has to put his fucking headphones on with no volume so no one bothers him. But I know your fucking tricks now. Where you at?
The alarm just went off, by the way. You can touch him.
I could touch him. Why do you have a knife in your fucking hand? See, this
It's
is
just
like
protection. This is a penitentiary out here.
It's been 48 hours. You can't
Since
hide
what?
feelings. You can't hide feelings for that long. I gave you time. You're like, don't touch me for 48
it was
hours.
pretty easy.
No, it wasn't.
We had to keep resetting the clock because
Well,
you kept.
I wanted my kisses.
retouching.
I didn't know we were going to
retouching
follow the
me.
rules like that. I didn't know, I thought, hey, this is a
I think
joke.
it's kind of a given.
Love is love,
Yeah.
But you really took it seriously, so I took it seriously too. But
Well,
the
congratulations.
clock is off. And it's time for that butt to be mine
back
again.
to prison.
Back to prison.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like the gym time is over. We're going back to our cell,
All right. Yeah.
and we're gonna fuck in front of the guards.
Come after me.
Come after me with the knife. Floyd, are you ready to get the fuck out of this van?
Oh hell yeah! No, I'm excited for the last bit of these shows.
These are big.
Yeah.
We're not doing this for us. We're doing this for Sean fucking Eccles.
We're doing it for Sean.
We're doing
Let's
it for
go.
fucking Sean, dude. The pageant, hometown show. We're going for it. This knife is scaring the shit out of me. Get this fucking knife out. I feel like you are legit Danny Zuko in fucking Greece now.
Yeah, especially after the Danny Zuko comment.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't like
It's
that,
all
huh?
right. No, it's all right, but
You don't like Greece? It's not hip enough for you?
what's the song on there?
Grease Lightning.
Yeah, besides that.
Okay.
That one, yeah. So, you're nards. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Floyd, what was your favorite show of the year if you remember any? If you even care?
let's
Do you even
see.
fucking care? Do you even fucking care about this band? What show do you like?
The show I worked on for
Oh yeah, I Heart the
for-
90s.
yeah,
Yeah,
National
His
Geographic.
favorite
That
show
was
was
my
I Heart the
favorite show.
90s. Yeah, he wrote the music for. Hey guys, quick plug. Go watch I Heart the 90s. Floyd wrote all
No,
the
it's
music.
called Rewind the 90s.
Oh, because I Heart the 90s was already there.
That was this is like a different documentary.
Oh, so
form.
so you played on the rip-off show. You don't have to repeat that.
How many I'm sure there's lots. Anyway, next
Well-
topic. No, Peach Fest.
Pete's Fest was great.
That was good. God, it's a blur.
Yeah.
There was something else.
You don't remember
No.
anything. You don't fucking like this band,
Summer
dude.
camp.
You don't like this fucking band.
Is
you
that
don't
what you
care.
call it? Do you call it summer camp?
You don't fucking care.
I
It's
forget.
fine.
Anyway,
Whatever.
it was
All
the
right.
one-
Thanks, Floyd.
It was the one with Mastodon on it.
Yeah, okay.
And I sprained my ankle in the
I
mosh
did
pit.
see you jump over the VIP to get into the pit.
Yeah.
Who
It
else
was like
with
a
you?
dusty
Bo.
mosh
Yeah,
pit.
yeah,
It was
that-
amazing.
Mastodon was a good one.
Yeah. You don't like shit like that. Whatever.
I like watching your dumbass jump in the pit and just like go at a fucking jam festival where everyone's like, "Ha! This is a pit."
It was
like,
a very polite mosh
yeah,
pit.
it felt like socialism, a socialist fucking mosh pit, dude. Like everyone's like, "Hey guys, there's some tea and there's some VIP."
That's not how you act here.
There's a VIP
That's not
cookie
how-
brew by the laser board. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, I got my best friend here to bail me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Tech guy over here.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, I could deal with all the guitar techs, and he calls his best friend, who's actually a guitar tech.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's a
Typical fucking
guitarist. His dad's electrician,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a surgeon.
You're a surgeon? See?
Yeah,
This is why I know Floyd's rich.
he's
he
over-
hangs out with
overqualified.
surgeons. He's got a fucking. He lives in Nantucket. Like surgeons don't hang out with poor people. Okay. All right. Later, Floyd. Thank you so much for being on the show. Have a good day, you fucking rich motherfucker.
You too.
Okay, take the knife away. Get the knife away from me. Get out of here. All right, guys. It's been a great year. All right, guys. I want to all sing a song. Let's do a song together. We're all gonna sing the national anthem before Mark Normand and Yannis Pappas. Fucking, this is the funniest episode of the year. I saved it for the year. But boys, we're gonna do. What should we do? What song should we do? Everyone, I want Floyd. You're gonna start the national anthem. We're all gonna sing it together. Sit down.
Okay.
Everybody get low. Everyone get low. Take a knee, boys.
This is for you, World Saving Podcast fans. We're coming home, and after this episode, I'm taking a week. Oh no, we're doing the award ceremony with Nick, taking a week off, and then we're back for season 6, baby. Take it home, Floyd.
For the land of the peacock, peacock.
Have a good day. We'll see you next week. Enjoy Yannis Pappas. Let's get the fuck out of here. We're done with this tour.
No, 5 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's better.
Is it
better? You're making music. You make people feel good. I make people go, don't say that.
I didn't want to think
I
about
heard
that.
that before. You guys play one they heard. They're like,
That's true, actually.
what we know.
It's got to be less lonely, too, being in a band than doing stand-up by yourself, too,
That's
right?
another reason. Yeah, you want to blow your brains out in a hotel room.
No, musicians do that too, actually.
They do, but you guys do it with like a lot of drugs. We do it just sitting there, dick in our hand, jerked off for the 10th time.
Yeah, that's
just
what
Bible open.
Yeah,
I was
it's
talking to
sad.
Felipe about that. Like, you got to be bored of porn.
Dude, yeah, that's why you got to kick it up a notch. You got to see what the chicks with dicks are doing. You got to go check out what the grannies are up to. You got to keep it. You got to keep upping it, man. You got to
See how gay you are.
Yeah, you got to take a peek.
The only one way to find out.
Yeah, black guys without their shirts on, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, that's the thing. I was like, when I got on this boat, I was like, oh yeah, they don't really party as hard as musicians, but when they go, they fucking go. Like all these guys we've been hanging out with, they're going. Like Mark Normand, I didn't know that man could drink.
He was
man.
hammered, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know he was an alcoholic either. Yeah,
He has a
I've
real
known him
problem.
for like 15 years. I'm like, oh, okay, you got a drinking problem.
Yeah.
I haven't spent 4 days with him. He woke up and was like, hey.
It's like chill.
Alcohol.
I'm so fucking hungover. I fixed it with a beer. Come in.
Yeah. Your blood itches. Yeah. That's a problem.
What people don't see is backstage, he always has his opener just wind up. You got to turn him on the back and then, hey, it comes out.
You ever get into like coke or anything when you were a kid?
No coke. The only thing I did was mushrooms once, and I didn't have a great trip.
What happened?
I just walking around going, where's the script? I kept asking
Script?
Yeah, everything felt like a play.
It's like NFL. It's
Yeah.
like,
It's like, where's the script? And people were like, what? And I was like, you guys, I just felt like everyone was in a play or something. Yeah.
They probably.
how old were you when you took mushrooms?
High school.
High school. Really?
Yeah. And then I smoked a lot of weed. I don't do good on weed though. I get paranoid. I think too much as it is. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you overthink mostly?
About life, death, the big picture. What's the point? When we're
We have similar thoughts at night.
I'm a little obsessive. Yeah. Yeah. Right now, it's like, all right, when's the Big Bang coming?
Exactly.
Yeah. I've just been sitting in the hotel room watching BBC. Like,
Yeah.
when's China gonna go? Everyone's distracted. Taiwan.
One China, motherfuckers.
Yeah, one China.
I keep thinking like, with all these wars happening now, like one of the aliens going to say, you guys are fucking idiots. Like we're all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be
But, like,
fun.
why not right now?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why? What are they? What are they
true.
fucking waiting for right before Putin's
Right.
like, fuck it? Like, when are they gonna?
Yeah.
This would be a good time.
Right here on this cruise.
Just on the boat.
It would be great.
Just a big old tidal wave with all the homies.
Just watch Bert go, whoa.
I did that.
Okay, yeah. You guys are party with? No. You guys are going to die because of you and your fans are not paying attention.
Exactly.
Everyone's drunk and fat, comfortable. It's your fault.
Yeah. They're going to, he's
Oh, no,
going
give
to.
him a beer. He's like, we're aliens. We can't drink beer, Bert.
Yeah.
We don't have mouths.
We are having the pizza at the buffet, though.
We're all in heaven. It's like we blame it on Bird for saying the machine story the 100th time.
That would actually be a great sequel. It's like if aliens came to Bert and he's like, "This is Leanne." They're like, "We don't give a fuck about Leanne."
Well, his movie's the biggest movie on their planet right now.
So I want to know about your family, man. Your mom and dad are from Greece?
Yeah, my mother was born there.
Yeah.
And my dad was born in Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn. And I've just recently found out in therapy that I was raised by two traumatized, war veterans. My mother grew up, they had me when they were older. My mother grew up under Nazi occupation for 4 years in Greece. And I just never really thought about what that could do to a little girl. She told the story of Nazi soldiers coming in her house, and the Nazis used to march through the mountains. They would take a girl from the village and put her on a truck so the guerrillas wouldn't fire. So they came looking for her sister, and her sister went and hid in the mountains, my aunt, and they pulled, my mother tells the story, they pulled the curtain, they pulled the blanket back, and they saw my mother. And according to my mother, they were like, "Oh, she's too little," or whatever. But who knows? Maybe she was fucking gang raped and she blocked it out.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know. They tend to do that in occupation. And my dad was in the Korean War, and he had PTSD. He spent time in a hospital, and I remember one time a tire popped and he fucking hit the ground. I was a little kid, and I was like, "What's going on?"
That was a gunshot.
There's nobody there.
Do you think being neurotic is genetic?
I think it probably partly. I mean, I'm no neuroscientist or whatever, but neurologist, whoever handles that.
Yeah.
I'm not a drummer. I don't know if that's their field.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely picked up in the energy, if not genetic. Not even words. It's just you just can transfer it from someone's energy. When you're around someone, you feel calm, and then you're around somebody else, you feel anxious.
For sure.
Yeah, my parents were not.
Who made you feel anxious when you were a kid?
My
normally?
mom.
Yeah. Why?
My mom, Brooklyn, made me feel anxious.
Yeah.
It was a terrible time.
Brooklyn in the 80s? Yeah.
Brooklyn in the 80s and early 90s was not great. Girls made me feel anxious.
Were you getting pussy when you were a
Pussy.
kid?
I was a popular kid.
Yeah,
I was
nice.
an athlete, basketball, but I was a relationship guy because I'm not the hey, I'm fingering. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, come watch Dangerous Liaisons.
Yeah, it's got to be wild because I was a sex addict when I grew up in LA, kind of big city too, and I didn't really get into drugs, but I got into sex.
That's a good one to have.
That's a good drug.
Yeah, that's a good one to have.
I don't know. I got in trouble with it because I fucked my techer and stuff.
You can't OD on
when I was in high school.
Dude, I didn't know I was in the boat with my fucking hero.
Fucking
Fuck yeah.
I liked older women when I was a kid. you know?
Yeah. How old? What are we talking?
17.
And I know how old was she?
18.
She was 18?
No, I was
What kind
8.
of school?
I gotta say 18 because I don't want people to get in trouble.
Nobody cares.
They only
You're
care if you're the girl.
Yeah. I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Musicians get away with shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
God, I'm hungover, but the dude that married his cousin, who was 15.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis married
that's
his
true.
14
He's in the Rock and Roll
cousin.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Muhammad married a 6-year-old. He was a rock and roll guy, right?
You can't even draw him anymore.
He was a fucking front man.
He was a star.
I think he started dating her when she was 6.
Yeah.
Why do you think comedians?
Wait, I want
wanna
to hear
be-
more about you fucking your teacher. Yeah, I don't want to talk about comedy. Was she a fucking Spanish teacher?
Oh, she was an English teacher.
English teacher. How
Heidi
did it
Crocker.
happen?
I
Were you
was
like,
just-
wow?
She was
like,
we used to have sex in school.
Yeah.
In her office, and then she'd take me to Mexican restaurants, and she'd have a pitcher of beer waiting for me.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, just show up 20 minutes late.
Keep going.
Wow. This is a category on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
How
I mean,
about the
should be.
sax dudes? Does he get fucking laid like that?
More than not as much as that, but more than you think.
you're lying.
Yeah.
No, he never got laid.
Yes, I did. We
Oh
don't
no,
know.
I thought he was talking about Ernie.
Oh no, he's talking about me. I get pussy.
He's got a big cock.
The thing about
helps.
here's the thing about saxophone though, compared to being a lead singer, you're not cool when you play saxophone until you're 24, 25. You're still a band kid in high school, kind of.
Right.
Even in college, you're still kind of a dork. Once you get in the bar, start playing the blues a little bit, start playing with with older black guys. You look cooler.
Yeah.
And then the pussy starts coming.
Yeah.
And then you get a girlfriend that's out of your league and you stop getting laid.
Yeah, okay.
That's just my personal experience.
Different types of chicks, though. Right?
Yeah.
You get like the hot, like show me your tits girls,
Yeah.
and you get the like finger sniffing girls, like
exactly.
But I just read Dostoevsky.
You got my girlfriend does read a lot.
I took
actually.
piano lessons. So
Yeah.
But I used to have a fetish with like pregnant chicks. I used to have sex with pregnant girls too.
I like that too.
I love it.
Yeah, you
Can't
see
get
why I want to
pregnant.
be a musician now, dude? You guys, I mean, I really would. If there's one thing I could trade being a comedian for, it would be a musician.
What would you play?
A guitar front man.
Yeah.
Your guitarist was killing
Shane.
it.
Yeah.
And you guys all got that vibe, man. Just that fucking cool vibe.
Oh, I
You just
appreciate it.
walk around. You were dancing out there. I'm like nervous to dance. You were out there. You were out there in your Jesus sandals, fucking rocking out.
My Moses 11s, dude.
Commanding people to stand up and sit down.
Yeah. And you're deceptive too, because you look like like I grew up with you and we went to Bethlehem camp together. I went to Jewish camp.
You did?
I look like I went to your bar mitzvah, and then you go up there and you're like, "Wah!" I'm like, this dude fucking is the coolest Jewish looking guy I've ever seen.
Be honest.
like
I think about you too. Like, God damn, you got swag to you too. You just roll in there. You're everyone's favorite comedian. You're everyone. It's like it's.
Thank you.
It's fucking legendary. Do you feel like growing up in New York helped you mature quicker to start becoming a little more intelligent than the people in the Midwest?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Also, my parents. I mean, my parents were lawyers, and my mom was
really?
a human rights lawyer, and so they were like. Yeah, they were more about like the education and my dad had a private practice. Like he did pretty well. He wasn't like rich or anything.
Which side of human rights was she a lawyer for?
She was
The good side?
yeah, nowadays she was for children was her thing.
Oh.
So she worked for the United Nations for a little while, and she like authored a seminal piece on the international rights of children for this ad hoc United Nations program called UNITAR. And so it's like you could Google it, and it's like one of those seminal pieces. Nobody listens to international human rights, though. It doesn't. The United Nations is like a referee in a WWE wrestling match.
Yeah.
They're just kind of there wagging their finger, and America's like, fuck you.
Everyone's
Russia's like, shut up.
Everyone said they get an errant chair to the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just there. Wagging.
What about like what's going on now? Like how does she deal with like the politics going on in the Middle East?
I don't know. She's dead.
Oh,
She
your
died.
mom died?
But she made it to 90, so
Damn.
it's not
Pretty
tragic.
good.
Yeah, I should start with that. Be like, she made it to 90 to save everyone going, oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, she made it the full way.
Is this? I don't know how to say this in like a appropriate way, but like like you said, your mom gave you so much anxiety when she's a kid. Was it like a relief that she died?
Yeah, it was in a lot of ways. Yeah, I had a complicated relationship with her. She also had Alzheimer's for a long time, which was a brutal process. It really kind of affected my entire life. And
Really?
Yeah, I like stuck around for it, helped her out. It affected comedy, affected everything. It affected, but you get wisdom from it. But it was tough. It was dark. It was Alzheimer's is like a long, slow.
Yeah, my grandma died of that. It's
Dude,
brutal.
It is. Only people who've been through it kind of know.
It's sad and it's weird. 'cause
Torturous.
It's the weirdest thing is like there are parts of it that are also like hilarious too, and like
Very funny,
like
yeah.
especially like the middle phase of it, before they really go off.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. My mother was fine. She was like the happiest. She didn't know what was going on. Imagine like you don't know what's going on. It was
Right.
pretty chill. But for everybody else who had to deal with it, it sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially when they start forgetting like that you're their son. And shit.
She's like, who? She used to say, "Are you a relative?" She had no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, and I would get fun with it. I'd be like, "No, I'm Batman, and I'm here to rescue you out of this place." I know the elevator code. You got to press a code on that floor.
Yeah.
There's
looks
like a
like your
memory care
husband.
floor because at the end she was like in a facility.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and you got to like press the code. And there's always one like a woman there who's like fucking trying to get out.
Right.
So like you start pressing the elevator code, you just see her slowly start walking like freedom, and then a couple of Jamaican nurses just come and redirect her over there.
Like a train set.
Yeah.
Was your dad? You guys, mom and dad together?
No, they broke up. Yeah, they broke up.
When they break up?
When I was in high school.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, they didn't make it the whole way.
How'd you deal with divorce?
I dealt with pretty, they never were like in love. So, you know, that was the generation. It's like, hey, you're Greek, I'm Greek, let's get married.
Right.
You know, they met in law school. My dad just got out of the Korean War. My mother was like one of 2 women in her law school, Brooklyn Law School. So I think they got married because they were Greek.
Yeah.
And that was like what people did. They used to inbreed more.
Yeah.
And
It's true.
It's like we Greeks got to stick together.
We need more Greeks. No, we
it's
need
like, dude, you should get some fresh genes in there.
Yeah.
Before your kid is born, like with one eyebrow just fucking straight across.
Need kiwi
As a
lemonade,
block of fetish.
lemonade. You know, they
Yeah.
gotta have different kinds of lemonade.
Yeah. So they were never like in love. So them breaking up was like made sense. It was a little. They fought. It was.
Was it hard for you to find love because you never believed in it because you saw your parents never fucking loving each other?
Yeah, I think so. I think, and also just like the unhealthy girls are the funner ones. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're way
Banging
better.
Fucking
Pregnant chicks in my car.
English teachers.
Yeah.
Fucking hot girl comes up to you like, no. I'm looking for an older pregnant.
I'm looking
lady.
for the damage.
Yeah.
Give me some cracked windows.
The Baltimore version of mentally unstable.
Yeah, they're just funner.
Yeah.
And they just whenever like the Catholic repression or something like that is almost worth it for the freaks that they create.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I went to
Like,
Catholic high
Church
school.
is fucked up and does but like Catholic girls, the way they would hike up their,
Yeah.
you know,
God, it's so
it's like
hot.
almost worth it. Like
So
repression's almost worth it for what it creates.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, I pursued a lot of like unhealthy people.
Yeah.
But the sex was like heroin, so
Yeah.
it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Healthy women are like asparagus. You're like, all right, fucking, it's good for me.
They all get married when they're 23 anyway. So.
Yeah, my wife is great. I love her.
How long you been with
And
her?
She's not like asparagus.
Yeah.
Well, she's asparagus with garlic and butter. All right.
Well, you got to, your heart. You're getting older. You got to keep your heart in
there's
check.
a side of pasta there.
You got kids?
Yeah.
2 kids.
Yeah?
2 fresh kids.
What's it like being a dad?
It changes everything.
Like
do
what?
you have kids or anything?
Not that I know of.
Not
but-
we got to comb the local high school, see which one of these fucking English teachers got a butt in the oven.
and you like to dance on a piano?
Any
Yeah.
pregnant teachers here? Because possibly check the tour schedule.
Right. It's wild. Yeah. So what's your relationship? What your son and daughter? What do you have?
2 daughters. I got 2 daughters.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and my oldest daughter's 3, and my youngest daughter is 4 months, about to be 5 months.
Oh wow, just random.
And it changes things. It definitely has. It's been a transition. It's been weird. My parents I had like not a great childhood for a lot of reasons, but one of them was my parents were just never around, and so I want to be around for my daughters. So this career is they're kind of opposites. So it's an adjustment. That is an adjustment. I used to love to go on the road and be away. It was like an escape, especially when my mom had Alzheimer's. It was like nobody could reach me, and I just didn't have the guilt or anything of like, oh, maybe I should check, or especially when she was living on her own. But like now with kids, I want to be home. So I'll go through those moments being like, I should quit. And I'm like, what? I fucking been doing this 20 years. You can't. To do what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to be home and take my daughter to soccer and stuff like that.
Do you think it's better that you had kids later in your life versus younger?
I think better later, but then when you have them later, you start thinking about how you're going to be here for less time.
Right.
I think that's more of a worry when they're younger and they want to be around you.
Yeah.
I think once they turn like 13, they're like, fuck you, Dad, get out of here.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm
yeah.
going to be leaving soon. I'm going to die.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I got 5 more,
Yeah. Well,
I'm 76. You're 12.
I got my return ticket. Okay.
So,
Waiting for boarding.
yeah.
do you feel like you're changing how you are being a father versus how you were raised? Like you saw
Yes.
the bad things that your parents raised you as? And
Yeah.
what are the differences?
It's a challenge too because when I had kids, my childhood just came back. Like I was staring at my daughter and I got sad and I just had to go to therapy and be like, what is going on? And it's just kind of mourning what I didn't have, and
What were making you sad?
it was the memories of me as a kid and like
shit.
what my parents didn't do or did do or whatever it was. And so now when I do things for my daughter, there's a little sadness attached to it because I'm like, oh, I didn't get that. So I think you either go 2 ways if you don't have like parents who are good at it. You either like get worse and like leave or you go the opposite direction and you become like an annoying dad.
Yeah.
I'm an annoying dad.
Yeah.
Helicopter
I'm like
style?
in bed with my I'm total dude. I'm not a helicopter. I'm a pilot.
You're
The fucking. I'm like in bed with her, sleeping, reading to her, waking up, tell her I love her all day. I'm mauling her. She's like, get off me.
Yeah.
I'm giving her affection. It's just I'm like can't get enough.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating because my parents had me like 8 years after they had the other kids, so they're kind of getting older, kind of getting over raising kids.
Right.
So like you had kids your first time older. How old are you now?
I'm 47.
47. Yeah. So it's kind of the opposite. It's like, oh shit, now I'm not as selfish as I was, being on the road all the time. Like, has it changed your outlook on like taking as many gigs and like not taking the bullshit, doing real shit? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Should we get... There he is.
Does it make corporate?
The man of the hour.
It makes corporate gigs.
You want to get in here? Come here, Mark.
Daylight coming, I wanna go home.
Mark, motherfucker, dude.
buddy.
Hey, bro. Hey, Mark Norman.
Here, you wanna-
What's up? Get in here. Get in the middle. Get in the middle. Nick, come over here.
On drums, Mark Norman. On sax.
We're starting a band, Mark. We're starting.
How about this room? What are we in, a game of Clue?
Yeah.
Look at this thing.
Look,
It's like a whodunit in here.
I'm sitting under Tsar Nicholas, who got killed by communists.
Oh, yeah, it's Tony Hinchcliffe and...
If
Is
there's
that
an
Stalin?
opposite of a Burt Cruz, it's the history in this room. Who are all these fucking people, man? Where are we, dude?
I know, this is like Knives Out in here.
We're talking about having sex with our teachers and pregnant women. Have you ever done anything?
I had sex with my teacher in film. I went to film school and had sex with my teacher.
Really?
I'm a survivor.
Did you?
Position of power, the whole thing, and I loved every minute of it.
Did you come in her?
I think I got it right on the old face. Right on the punum.
When you're that young, a little bit gets in.
Right.
A little bit gets in. Yeah.
True, true.
We're talking.
Yeah.
We're talking about childhood trauma.
Oh, wow.
Well, he was raised. He was a way ahead of the curve on trans issues. He was raised by a trans woman.
Yes.
Double minority, black trans woman, wasn't even really trans, just kind of cross dressing.
Yeah.
Just a guy named Gary with a wig on.
Yeah. But you had more violence than me. I had more molesting.
Yeah. We're broken toys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
Where are you from, Mark?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. So, did you get into alcoholism early in your life?
Sure. We got in everything.
Like, what was the hardest thing you've done?
Well, it was pre-internet, so you had all the time in the world to drink, try drugs, kill animals, whatever it was, You had to make shit happen. A lot of fireworks and stuff. You guys jerk off with friends?
Yeah, I did actually
Yeah,
once.
that was a big one.
Got into that one.
Oh, I'm in 1406 if you want to come by.
That I think that crosses state lines. I think all guys did that. I used to jerk off with friends.
Did you
Really?
like
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
in the dark?
I
Yeah.
used to jerk off friends. Yeah.
How do you think you got on the boat?
Yeah.
What do you think the difference is growing up in New Orleans versus growing up in New York? I feel like there's a lot of similarities because of, you kind of grow up faster. You see so much.
Sure.
It's a high stimulation type of thing.
New Orleans is like New Orleans has got like the crime, the poverty, the racial stuff, the weird French thing in there.
Yeah.
It's got like ghosts,
Jazz.
an old building. Like New Orleans is like it's a whole nother level of like
I think it's
weird.
It's sadder than New York.
Yeah.
New York is like a real city, booming, cultures colliding, but New Orleans is a party town. It's like Vegas with good food.
Yeah.
So when there's not the party, it's real sad.
And it's so hot and muggy. It's
It's muggy, baby.
It makes it even sadder. I
Yeah, and
feel
there's
like.
just the specter, the fear of just the levee breaking all
Yes.
the time.
Yeah.
You're just technically underwater, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Below sea level.
Yeah.
It's got to be fucked up. It's like we do Jazz Fest every year, and
Hey.
we're obsessed with.
Love it.
I mean, we play and we do like Festival International and the Crawley Rice Fest, and like you see these musicians who are born to be musicians. I grew up in LA where everyone wanted to be an actor or a comedian, where you didn't see the difference of the culture.
Right.
New York too was a bunch of musicians in New York as well.
Right.
How did you not become a musician with all these
No
fucking
talent.
amazing playing fucking music.
No
No
rhythm.
talent.
It wasn't for
no
me.
talent,
I mean,
yeah.
I could see black kids doing jazz on the street, and I went to a couple jazz clubs in New York, and I was like, this is the same shit.
Yeah.
Those kids, I mean, they're talented.
It's insane.
It's all these stolen instruments. It's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, they do the bottle caps on the bottom of the shoes and make a
Yeah.
fortune out there. The whole city is just based on the arts.
Yeah, I mean, in D.C., where I went to college, that's where go-go music was born. They just did that on buckets.
Right.
Yeah, like black dudes would be with ba-dum, dum, 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 and they just buckets. It's just fucking buckets and garbage cans.
Yeah, LA, like, we're not going to play music until someone pays us for it from a movie. It's like, fuck these people, dude. Like, I had to get out of that rat race, you know? It's like this pop culture. Everyone wanted to get signed to a record deal. No one was doing it for the music. They just wanted to be popular. It's like, I go to towns like New York or New Orleans, and people just do there because that's part of the culture of the cities.
That's
like,
true.
LA has a phoniness to it because everyone just moves there.
Yeah.
There's no culture in LA. The culture is phony.
Right.
It's celebrity. It's like, hey, what are you driving? And is that your agent?
Who's your dad?
Yeah.
It's a stark contrast.
Yeah.
New York and L.A. are really kind of polar opposites.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It's a one industry town, L.A., right? So it's
Right.
like all entertainment.
Right.
Whereas New York is, I guess there's so many industries, but it's about money more. It's about commerce and stuff. So
Yeah.
celebrity doesn't have that same, you know, you could be at a restaurant, like Leo walks in, people are like, oh, that's Leo. But then there's some, you know, hedge fund guy who's got 16 billion
Right,
next to
exactly.
him,
Yeah.
who Leo's going over to his table.
Right.
So,
I saw Alec Baldwin on the street last week in New York, and I almost went up to him, but he was holding a gun. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you're just like, oh, there's Alec Baldwin. You have that first moment of like, holy shit, Alec Baldwin. But then you're like, it's New York, and you keep moving.
yeah.
Exactly.
You remember when the Liver King came to New York? You know?
God, I hate that guy.
The Liver King, like dressed like as like a Viking or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever he does, and he's going through New York. He was doing content, and just the shit black people were screaming at him.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
what's up, He-Man? What you doing, He-Man? I see you, He-Man. He's like,
not on
stop it. I'm trying to
steroids."
convince people to live eating like a caveman when people live to 16 is good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, the naked cowboy was like, hey, hit the bricks. This is my corner.
Already working this fucking
Yeah,
town.
I'm the shirtless buff guy.
I'm the fucking naked white guy here.
By the way, I went down. I was trying to get content. There was a Trump rally in Lower Manhattan. Naked cowboy, proudly just humming along,
Killing
MAGA
it.
hat, full boner, all in.
Oh yeah.
It's great now too because he's getting older, so like he's sagging.
Yes.
he's starting to just look like a German dad with Speedo.
He's been out there
on a Greek
He's been out there
beach.
since the '90s. I feel.
Oh
like.
yeah.
Oh, he was big.
Yeah.
How long have you lived in New York for, Mark?
I moved there in 2007 and got mugged 3 times the first year.
What happened?
Yeah, well,
He was white.
I lived in Crown Heights. That's what happened.
Yeah.
No.
And, Crown Heights is a historic black and Jewish neighborhood divided right down the middle by a kind of a highway or a
Right.
boulevard.
Eastern Parkway.
Yeah, that's it. And I lived on the black side, and all these black guys be like, "You're on the wrong side, motherfucker." And I was like, "I'm not Jewish." And they were like, "Well, we still don't care." But then I'd come home drunk, and Jews would pull up next to me in a minivan, going, "What are you doing? Get in!" And I'm like, "I'm not Jewish," and they would slide that door and right on out of there.
What's the difference between living in New York in 06 versus the 90s when you were living there?
It was dicey.
Dude.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he can speak to the 80s and 90s, but 06 even was different.
It was still dicey over there. It depended where you were, but it got less and less and less and less. But the 80s and 90s it was a nightmare. It was horrific.
Yeah.
It was just everyone got mugged.
Like pre-Giuliani?
Huh?
Giuliani kind of cleaned all that up.
Pre-Giuliani, yeah. I mean, Dickens gets a bad rap. He was the mayor before. He's the one that started like increasing the police and upping the budget. But we had major race riots under Dickens that just sort of kind of just soiled his tenure. But that era was just racial tension. We had massive, like, national racial riots, like the Crown Heights riots. Yusuf Hawkins was like a black dude who got chased out of Bensonhurst, Bats, and they chased him in the highway, and he got hit by a car.
Whoa.
And Tawana Brawley, who made up that whole story about a cop raping her or whatever.
Right.
Remember that?
Whoa.
Yeah, Bernard Getz, who shot the black dudes. So it was like these incidents were just constant, and it was just like crime was everywhere. You couldn't avoid it, and there was packs of kids everywhere just jumping people. It was a terrible time.
Well, it's funny too because New York, everybody's like, "Man, it's not what it used to be. The city used to have edge. It had bite." And then one lady gets mugged, and she's like, "Fuck this city!" Yeah. You're like, "I thought you wanted bite, bitch."
Yeah. You got bit.
Yeah.
No, how are the drugs in the 90s versus 06? For
It
New
was
York?
safer, man.
Were they?
Like, yeah. I
The
mean,
more
I don't know
stepped
about
on?
06, but yeah, nobody was dying from drugs. Also in New York, nobody did hard drugs.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Just blow.
Yeah, I don't think, yeah,
Just blow
or
heroin.
Or weed, or if you were a heroin addict, then like that was like you were in music,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, nobody goes through a heroin phase in college. It's like I'm in a band.
Yeah.
That's my lifestyle.
That phase doesn't end well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking because like I was telling you honest is that musicians there's just drugs all the time. I feel like with comedians it's less coke and fucking
No, there's a lot of drugs. Yeah,
It's around.
Yeah.
It's around.
Yeah.
It's cooled down. I think a lot of people got sober because people died. A lot of people started dying.
Fentanyl.
That happened to music too, though. Definitely, it's not as bad as it was 10 years ago with some people.
Have you seen our band?
Well, your band's an outlier.
Everyone's doing blow in this fucking band.
I'd say in
dude.
general, though, musicians are more conscious about drugs, just like everyone else is. But your band is an outlier, yes.
But yeah, in New York, people did less drugs, I think, because there was more to do.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I would go to the suburbs. Like I didn't see many suburbs when I was going. When I would go, and the people talked about all the drugs. It's like I still don't think we have a drug problem in this country. I think we got a boring suburbs problem.
That's why
How many times could I go fucking cozy up to the bar at Chili's and get the 2 for $20 meal? It's like there's nothing to do out there.
Right.
You're in a
That's
fucking
why
boring
That's why
strip.
Ohio has the biggest heroin epidemic and not
Yeah.
New York City
There's
and LA.
nothing to
you
do.
know?
Like I was going to clubs at 14, 15.
Yeah.
You know, it was great.
What were the drugs like in New Orleans, Mark?
It's a lot of New Orleans has got like a hippy dippy vibe to it. So there's a lot of acid growing up, and it's still Louisiana, so the meth was around.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a booze
I was
town,
talking
though.
to Felipe about he loved crack.
Really?
Loved it. He did it for like 10 years, he said. It was
Wow.
like he said he was going on tour in like Texas and like asking room service for a baking soda and a big ass
He called
spoon.
down to room service for baking soda and a spoon. And they brought it to him.
And they brought it to him, and they brought a security guard to see. We just wanted to see what this dude was like. To ask for a fucking baking
Red
soda.
Roof Inn, people.
Wow, he was a crackhead. That explains every conversation I've had with him. Yo, what's up, Mike? Hey, how you doing?
So I want to, you guys, you're a sports head too, Mark.
Not really.
You're a sports head though.
Yeah.
So why would you like when you were a kid? What was like the reason why you fell in love with sports? Were you trying to get away from it, or
It was just what me and my friends did. We played wiffle ball. So you grow up like, city blocks. So we always used somebody's gate as the strike zone, like because everyone's connected houses. Played football in the street. It was just sports and basketball. You grow up in the Catholic leagues, which was like some of the best memories of my childhood, is because it was like serious. You play like 30, 40 games. You travel around the city. I played with guys who ended up being great. I played with Manny Ramirez in baseball. I played with the
shit.
Bonnies.
really?
Yeah, he was
Damn.
the Dominican kid who lived in Washington Heights, the Bonnies. I played for St. Xavier's. And it's funny, those kids that I've also had a couple sports shows. Athletes, it's crazy that they're freaks. Like they're not, there's something freaky about them. Like I took a picture with Gronkowski once. Dude, his hands look like catchers.
Right.
They're like they're mutants, these
Right.
people. And Manny Ramirez was like that at like 7.
Right.
He was just
Wow.
like dinging shit. And we were just these little kids, and he was just like a man.
Yeah, these guys gotta have.
Now he
it's
has
like
$300
fucking-
million.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just crazy.
These guys gotta have hogs on them too, because like
yeah.
I was thinking about like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. This is probably the first big hog
Right.
Taylor's had. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's had like Harry Styles. He's not like fucking just plowing.
I think
not just boning.
I think it's her first boyfriend that's taller than her, right? It's gotta be.
Whoa.
She's like 6'1" or something.
Yeah.
She's tall as fuck.
I think about that because like I think of being in a band like being on a basketball team. Point guard, shooting guard. It's like Do you like the collaborative way of doing your art versus a solo? Because you guys are solo acts in a sense.
I love solo sport, UFC, tennis. I like skateboarding.
Yeah.
I like a one-on-one boxing.
Yeah.
I like that more than a team. A team, to me, it kind of all just blends together. It's just, the red versus the blue, But when I like when you can get behind the guy. Like, wow, this UFC fighter beat his wife. He had a coke problem.
Hell yeah.
He fights or has dog fights in his backyard. I like to get to know him and then watch him fight or watch him play.
Yeah, I like them both. I really do enjoy them both. I did sketch when I started doing stand-up, so I got a little bit of both. I like them both.
Yeah.
I like them both probably equally. There's nothing like when you get a rhythm with a comic, and and podcast has really facilitated that nicely.
Yes.
Like two-man comedy is like back like it was, during like Costello and Abbott, but it's different. It's like riffing.
Yeah.
So it's like jazz.
It's
almost
jazz.
like jazz.
It is jazz.
You could really create like a fun hour of comedy just off the top of the head in this new format, which is fun.
Yeah, my friend, he works in a machine shop all day, and he just like podcasts all day, and he feels connected to the comics, and it's so entertaining.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your fans know a little too much about you now? Like when
Sometimes,
you're
yeah.
you're walking around, they're like, just like they feel like you're their friend and like they just want to hang out. I feel like that would be a little annoying. That's what happens with us too. With having a podcast.
Well, that's the weird part. Is I'm always like.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert. I'm gay. I'm anxiety ridden. I'm in my room, and people are like, "I get it, man. You want to hang out?" I'm like, "Wait, what? Like, let's get dinner. How about this guy? The guy you're like, hey, I'm coming to Cleveland. The guy's like, we should get a beer. I have a guest house. You can stay with me. I live 3 hours out of town. We can feed my snake. I'm like, what? Why would I want to do that? I got a hotel.
Yeah.
What triggers your anxiety, Mark?
Oh, people. Some ethnicities. No. I don't know. I'm not scared. Like people are like climate change or cancer or whatever. I'm just worried about pissing people off.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
Really? That's surprising.
I know.
actually.
I think that's why I say crazy shit, because I'm like, just get it over with.
that makes sense, yeah.
Just push through it.
Who are you more worried about
the bandit
pissing
off.
off, like your fans or your wife?
Oh, the fans. I mean, she married me, so that's on her. I'm like, hey, this is what you got, sister.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about when you were saying, like, I went to a bunch of those sex clubs in Berlin as well. And I love Berlin. We tour in Berlin all the time. The freedom of Berlin, it reminds me, I thought maybe New York was like that in the 90s and maybe early 2000s. But how was your experience in Berlin? Did you?
Well, I thought it was amazing, but I feel like America's gotten so problematic that this would be just a Me Too factory in this club. But it was just naked women and grabbing ass and dicks swinging and shit and people jerking off. People just sit here jerking off next to you. And you're like, oh, how about that? Yeah. But
how'd you get hard?
I looked at everyone else.
Looked at the guy.
Yeah.
Disassociated.
Yeah, no, dude, he's a performer. He knows the fucking gig,
I could barely.
It's showtime.
It wasn't easy, but yeah.
Did you put on the glasses and said it's time to go to work?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, tell me, like, what fascinated you with public sex?
I mean, I just was when in Rome. I'm not a public sex guy, but I was like, we're here, we're in Berlin, we'll never come back. Might as well bang in the middle of a dance floor.
Was it like hot? Was it?
No,
it was
she
weird.
was getting into it. Yeah. She likes public. I don't like it. I was just head on a swivel, I was fucking like the way a squirrel does in a park. Like, is there anyone around?
It's a lot easier being attractive woman when you're naked, I think, than one of us.
My balls are hanging out.
Yeah.
It's not great.
They don't make statues of people like us. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
Do they hose it down after? Like, what do they hose down the spot? Or like, have you ever been to a whorehouse? Like, have you ever had sex with hookers?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Fucking record that?
I took my band. We play in China, Hong Kong. We opened for Justin Bieber and
You said China, Hong Kong.
like,
Okay, good.
Well, Macau actually, like the gambling.
As long
part.
as you said China, Hong Kong, or else you'd have to issue like a John Cena apology in Chinese.
Like LeBron James or something.
But yeah, they Justin was in this like kind of like this media beef, and Scooter gave us Justin's hookers, and they let our band have sex with hookers, and it was only me and my sound man had the balls to actually do it, but we went out there, and it really felt like cattle herd. They were washing down. It was all plastic And like they washed it down, and they had hoses in the rooms and shit.
Whoa.
I was just like, Berlin's not like that. It was like
No.
just clubs, right? It was like the 5 floors.
What was it? Just like Filipino guys going washi washi,
Singing Mariah Carey under their breath.
It was like very,
sir.
it was
Yeah.
weird, because at first it was
That guy rules.
Filipino women hosing you down and clean. We had to take 3 baths.
3.
Yeah, and then we all got naked in a hot tub, and it was like the first time seeing my band's dicks, and then I started getting real insecure,
And jealous.
because my dudes have hogs. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, this is so embarrassing.
Who had the biggest hog?
My guitar player for sure.
Yeah, he's got that energy.
He's not
He's
here
got
right
that-
now.
He's got big dick
He
energy.
wouldn't fit in the room, so he couldn't come to this.
Yeah.
You guys ever do any of that stuff?
I'm a married guy.
What about like, was it
I've only had
wild?
sex with my wife.
What about like when you guys were single comedians? Like, was it fun? Like wild? Like, was
It was
a
great.
bunch
It
of
was
coke
great.
parties? Like,
It
what were
was
you guys
fun.
doing?
It was fun, but
great.
the quality of Poontang was lower.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been with a couple of Macaws.
Yeah, I mean, the comedy groupies is not like rock and roll groupies.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But you guys are like reinventing the rock star. Like, Mark, you're a fucking rock star.
Well, now it's kind of shifted to that because rock, no offense, not you guys, but it's gotten kind of soft.
Yeah.
I've been telling people this.
It kind of doesn't exist anymore for anyone
Right.
under 35, really.
There's no, it's like Coldplay or like
Foo
Vampire
Fighters.
Weekend. Yeah, there's a couple of guys left.
Yeah, but they're
it-
all in their 50s.
Yeah, and it's definitely chilled, like tame Impala. We can't even have an Impala. It's got to be a
Right.
tame Impala.
Right,
Everything's
right.
just kind of chilled out. And I think stand-up has that bite and that dick that people have been craving.
I love
Agreed.
it. It's so fascinating. Like,
It's a good point.
I'm trying to like, is rock and roll dying?
It's probably a phase, ebb and flow kind
Yeah.
of thing. So it'll come back.
Yeah.
But I feel like hip-hop kind of got the dick cooking. But it'll come back.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like how blues musicians were in the 80s and 90s, where they were sort of a nostalgia act, but they would still draw tickets and do theaters. That's how like all those rock bands that were popular in the 90s are now. They're still out there playing and touring,
Sure.
but they're not like, it's about 10,000 less people than it used to be, and everyone's in their age group.
Right.
Yeah.
My buddy just went to a festival in Vegas called The Way We Were Then. Or
Oh, yeah.
What's it called?
When We Were Young.
When We Were Young.
Is that the emo one?
Yeah.
Well, it was like Offspring and
Okay.
Sum 41, and he said it was like beyond packed. It was like
Right.
65,000 people there or something. So there is still a craving for that real rock.
Yeah. Nostalgia is a big thing right now.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
It's like a human resource nightmare now.
Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah,
Because of
that's
the culture,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be, just hitting the lady with a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TV coming out of the window in the hotel room, groupies.
Right.
Now there's just like, everyone sues and
Yeah.
You
I was
know.
talking to you honest about this. What is the toughest part about being a comedian traveling by yourself?
for me, it's being away from the family now. Like I
Yeah.
said, I used to love it a lot more. I still love it. This has been great being around comics. But yeah, the hotel room alone, after you've been doing it for a long time,
It's gotta be lonely.
yeah, like I tell you, there's only so many times you can discipline your dick, you know?
Yeah.
So many times you can go like, it's us again.
Yeah. What about you, Mark?
Yeah, you get weird in that hotel because I've jizzed on everything in a hotel. The drapes, that doorknob.
You got to make it fun for yourself.
Yeah, you got to get
Room
weird.
service guy.
Oh yeah. They go room service, and I go, come on in. No. But yeah, I kind of like the alone time, but I don't have a family really yet, so
Yeah.
I dig all that road stuff.
Yeah.
To me, it's just the airport, the Uber to the airport, to
Right.
the terminal, to the baggage, to the Uber again. That's the part that kills me.
Yep.
Yeah, what's the difference? Like, you're in these towns for 3 days. We only get one day, one night. What's the difference between like playing for 3 different crowds that isn't the same crowd versus playing here where you're basically playing for the same people?
That part sucks.
It sucks, right? Like
Yeah.
how are you working on your bits? How are you trying to like save some stuff for the bigger nights versus the other nights? Like how do you do that?
I've been doing boat jokes, wrote some jokes for the boat, stuff
Right.
like that,
Nice.
and then Q&A.
Yeah.
Because I
Ooh.
think, they don't want
I
to
do
hear
that
my
tonight.
shit.
Yeah.
Do the Q&A. And they know everything about you, so they'll have good questions.
Ooh.
You can just call everybody fat.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
There you go. That's easy.
Like last night, we were all fucking hammered. Like day 3 on the boat, the bender starts kicking.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Last night was my worst one.
Last night was your worst one.
Yeah.
What about you, Mark? How was your show last night?
That was tough.
My worst drinking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. It was
Oh
last
yeah. This
night.
group chat is insane with all you guys. Like, it's so great to like normally a group chat with bands like, "Where's the coke at?" You guys like, "We're drinking. We're at the Haven.
We're
It's a
drinking.
little
We're
different."
talking about stand up.
We got the industry on ours, so you kind of have to, you know. But if we had our own, it would just be dicks. Yeah. Or we take pictures of shits. That's a big one.
Comedian group chats are holy mackerel.
What are they like?
Yeah, I mean, the only
What are
thing
they
that
like?
could make us laugh, like I always had this idea there should be like a clown, a comedy clown, that for us to go laugh, because the things that would make us laugh is like him rolling out a baby and like fucking beating it or kicking a dog. We're like, ah! 'Cause we're so jaded. We're around it so much. So comedians tend to just get dark and go the racial, whatever, just the darkest jokes. It just kind of spirals into like evil.
It's like a drug. You kind of keep upping it, and we're all the way on heroin, fentanyl, anal.
Your tolerance is insane right now.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, like, why are the best comedians the most depressed, the most darkest?
They need it the most, probably. They need the laughs the most.
Right.
Yeah.
They need the attention the most.
And we're constantly just observing. So when you take a lot in, you're like, oh, this is sad. That's fucked up. The world's crazy.
Yeah.
Is it fucked up that you're always just making fun of yourselves?
No, it keeps you. Yeah, it keeps you sane.
That's healthy.
I think comedy keeps everyone sane.
Yeah.
We're the only people fucking keeping people sane.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
But
comedy's
who's keeping you guys sane?
That's the tough.
That's
the
not
tough part.
happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how's that? How are you getting your? How are you getting your dopamine? If you're giving it out.
Yeah.
And you get it out from performing. That helps.
You get a bump there, and therapy and exercise, cold plunge, whatever the internet says, whatever Andrew Huberman says, I do. I breathe, I take deep breaths, I hold it for 5 seconds, I cold plunge.
Yeah.
One more. Magnesium. I don't know what people are selling nowadays.
You guys get panic attacks?
Oh yeah, I've been carted off on a stretcher in a comedy club.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Providence, Rhode Island, Comedy Connection.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
At the time, it was a lot. My dad just got cancer. My mom was just going to the memory care facility. I was just doing a lot, and in retrospect, I think it was just overwhelmed. I just released that first special I did with Schultz, and I didn't have any material, and I had it was all podcast fans at the time, so it was so well, and I knew they watched the special, so I was nervous I didn't have material, so I didn't sleep well, I didn't eat. I got in there, and I got up on stage, and it's just like the black curtain came down, and I just got off stage.
Wow.
And then I tried to drink, tried to eat. Didn't work, and then the owner was like, "You want me? Are you diabetic?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "You want me to call an ambulance?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess so."
Whoa.
And then once you get on the stretcher, you start feeling better.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck!
It's like when
There's
you're
nothing
sick at
wrong
school.
with me. I'm a pussy, and it was also like New England asshole EMTs. So like, what the fuck's wrong? Was it your first night? This is your first time doing comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking your pussy's all right.
Yeah.
You fucking got a little scared.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It was like,
great.
Shut the fuck up, Peter Griffin.
they were not fun.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I heard in a podcast.
It was embarrassing getting fucking carted out through the crowd, and people stood up like I was a football player, going like, I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
Aaron
I'm a
Rodgers.
nervous guy. I apologize.
Yeah.
DeMar Hamlin being reeled out of there.
Right. You know, the vaccine.
Exactly.
That was people would have just fucking put in the vaccine emoji if it was.
That's true.
Yeah, it's funny when everyone dies. Like
They're
someone's
trying to say-
99, you just see a bunch of vaccine emojis.
There's a bunch of people on Twitter trying to
with a
say
truth
Matthew Perry
reigns.
drowned from the vaccine. Did you see that?
That's hilarious.
They're saying that Matthew Perry drowned. There's all those people online saying that he is from the vaccine. It's
yeah.
like, I don't think it works like,
You're like, dude,
exactly
that guy
like
was
that.
doing opiates. For like he was on Friends.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, it could have been the 30 years of
Matthew,
pills.
wake up.
Yeah.
He's like, da-na-na-na-na.
Right.
Could I be any more dead?
Dude, when they did that reunion,
Jesus
he came
Christ.
out like with no teeth.
Oh, the big neck.
Yeah, it's like I was high all the time.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Friends, if we're going in. The lead singer of Counting Crows,
Adam Duritz.
Yeah.
yeah, he fucked Courtney Cox and Jennifer
And
Aniston.
Aniston.
Really?
Pretty good little run.
He was kind of the John Mayer of the 90s with pussy, right? He banged everyone. He banged a bunch of other actresses too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had
Long
dreads.
December.
Oh, yeah.
White guys with dreads. That was before that was bad.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wait, also, side note, those are fake dreads.
No.
Yep, he wears a wig.
What?
Shut up.
Yeah, dude.
Stolen valor.
He's
Stolen
Orthodox
valor.
Jewish,
Yeah, he's got this. Yeah, we opened for the Counting Crows.
and he put a wig
He
on.
put a fucking wig on.
Like a black woman at church.
It was like a weave, dude. It was wild. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you're my idol, and he's like,
Is anything real?
And he looked me.
I
He
know.
looked me in the.
No.
He looked me in the mirror and looked that
He's
way, and he
fake.
put his fucking wig on. I'm like,
Oh, man.
It's not even cool to have dreads. If you're gonna have a wig, do something cool.
Well, I think what it was is his hair was falling out
Oh,
later
okay.
in his career. He
I can
probably had
relate to
dreads
that.
when he was younger, and he just like that was his image.
Oh,
now
they weren't always. They weren't always
Yeah,
fake. Okay,
no.
okay.
Wow.
Damn, what a pussy man! He was fucking both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He did very well.
Who's the pussy man in the comedy scene? Who gets
Well, I
it?
think Pete Davidson has the crown.
Oh yeah.
Have you met him before?
Sure.
Yeah, we know him,
Yeah.
What's it? He's got a hog on him, right?
Yeah.
So
Big
that's the
hug.
word.
What's his like? He's just like I could see when he's like, he's just fucked. Like skinny white dudes.
big
It just
dick.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tattoos.
God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, it is. That's crazy. His level is crazy.
Yeah.
Who's got the
Crazy.
smallest dick in the comedy scene? Be honest.
I don't know.
Smallest dick. Yeah. Bobby Lee.
Ballpark guess there.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen it, so I guess everybody would know.
Is it hard to commit to someone when you're always on the road
Sure.
with your wife? Like, when did you finally meet your person?
Well, I think we both had a solid run.
Yeah.
It was a nice run.
Pre-marriage, so you kind of got it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely had fun.
Yeah.
Definitely
Oh, yeah.
had fun. And I had fun before comedy. Like I got it in, and
Yeah. It's fucking amazing.
I was ready to do it. I was ready to. Part of it was like I did that.
Yeah.
It just felt kind of all right. So it was like later in life. It's lucky. What we do, you can do that.
Yeah.
There's nobody who's like a lawyer going like, I'm gonna fucking get all the pussy until I'm 60. Like,
Right.
No CPA is
Yeah.
like, let's go, boys.
that guy's leaving cash on a dresser and paying for it.
Oh yeah.
We'll
And there's
pay
only
for it.
so many times you can fuck Miss Pat. So we had a history.
If you were comedians, what would you be?
I've thought about this a lot. UPS.
Wow.
Well, I don't want to work in an office. I'm outdoors in the truck, no door, got the shorts on. Everybody loves a package.
Yeah. Sure.
Bringing packages to the door. You're out in the suburbs, probably meet some housewives, you know, the husband's at work, and she's been having a few of those during the day. You pop in, what can Brown do for you? You get the hell out of there.
Makes sense.
What about you, Yaz?
Oh man, I don't think I would be able to do anything. Maybe a teacher.
Right.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know?
I can see that.
Yeah, and this country is a very low standard for that. So
Yeah.
just show up.
Yeah.
Just show up and
If you're athletic, would you be
I'd
an
probably
athlete?
be like, the athlete would be number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like the pipe dream. I
Yeah.
thought I was like rationalizing. I was like, my mother was born in Greece. I could move to Greece. I'll play there, as if those guys aren't good. They're good too.
Right.
Yeah.
I just wasn't good enough at all. Not even close.
Do you think, Mark, if growing up in New Orleans, if you didn't just absorb yourself with music, or was music a big part of your culture growing up?
Growing up, I never did it, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so like, who were you listening to? Like, what was the vibe?
Well, we had our own bands. Like, well, first of all, Lil Wayne's from there.
Yeah.
So we had all the Hot Boys, Juvenile. That was huge.
Sick.
I saw Lil Wayne at the mall
Yeah.
when I was younger.
No
we were like
way.
the same age.
Yeah.
But then we have Rebirth
Yeah.
and all these great bands, Galactic,
Yeah.
all from there. And in my specials, I have all New Orleans music.
Sick.
Just
That's cool.
to represent.
Yeah, we toured with Galactic a bunch.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Ben
We're
Allman
buddies.
produced 2 of our records.
Whoa.
And I mean, that's what I fell in love. Dr. John,
Dr.
Professor
John.
Longhair. That's
Alan
like the
Toussaint.
reason why I
Huge.
play piano. you know?
Really?
Yeah.
I love Dr. John.
New Orleans is so special, man. I can't live there because I'm such an alcoholic and like
Yeah.
I love Coke and shit that I would die there.
You
Yeah.
don't want to live there though. Like, I take it from a guy who grew. It's like seeing a trans person in the morning.
Right.
You know, because like it's fun. You're like when it's all dolled up. You're drinking. You're eating
Right.
gumbo. You're at
Yeah.
Mardi Gras. You're at a jazz club.
Yeah.
And then after a few years of living there, you're like you see the cracks in the ball bag.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anyone get shot?
I've seen shot. I've seen stabbings. It's I never saw a guy die, but I saw the boom, boom, and then the guy went and I got the hell out of there.
Oh, that's scary.
You classic.
I was in New Orleans for one day.
Oh, man.
The Joker's cruise took off from there. It was this boat. I think I told you this.
Yeah.
I saw a homeless dude get hit with a brick, and I saw another dude chasing another dude with a knife.
What?
And it was like, yeah, I was there one day.
Yeah.
It
It
was
was the
like
most
fucking New Orleans is sketchy as fuck.
Yeah.
That was the most elaborate Impractical Joker's prank of all time. Murs in the back room, hit him with the brick.
It's like, I've never seen anything like that happen before, but like, have you ever anything like that happen to you? Have you ever gotten stabbed, shot, like anything?
I got shot, yeah.
He got shot.
You got shot?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it or no?
I mean, I've talked about it a lot, but yeah, it's I was it was when I first started doing comedy and I was working at nightclubs. My friend he was a promoter at a nightclub, and it was like an attempted robbery on him. He had a bunch of cash. He would leave with like a bunch of cash, and I got shot point blank range with a 38 right in the fucking inner thigh.
Thank God you didn't die. I mean,
It's lucky because
Did you
it's a
bleed
main
out?
artery.
Yeah, it's a
there. No,
big
a main
artery,
artery.
yeah.
Missed the main artery.
Wow.
Yeah.
we were just talking with Felipe about that. His buddy, he was in a gang. When he was 14, he saw someone just shoot point blank, kill him right in front.
Yikes. I loved it. You've been shot right through the leg, but Providence Comedy Connection. That's really that's scary shit right there.
Well, dude, that's
panic
the irony.
attack.
Yeah, the irony of it is when it was happening, I was calm, collected, made decisions, and then the anxiety hit afterward. That's when my panic attack started. Was after
Right.
that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when they started.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's when they started.
So you think that's how PTSD starts? is
Yeah,
when you
that's how
see all this
PTSD
shit?
is. Like your brain is just fucking protects you when when it's happening. You're just calm. You get all these chemicals, I guess adrenaline and whatever else, cortisol. You're just. I was calm and collected while it was happening. I was making decisions, and then afterwards, I'd be in the subway and be like,
Yeah, I bet.
And I didn't know. It wasn't like commonly known what those were then, so I had no idea what was happening to me.
Right.
Really weird.
Makes you think about guys in like the 30s after World War I or whatever, and they just didn't know what anything was. There was no therapy, there was no medication, there was no psychology. It was just like, I'm different now. Then you hit your wife or whatever just to like get through it.
That's why the baby boomers are so fucked up. They were raised by a bunch of World War II veterans that didn't get therapy.
Right,
No therapy, no anything. It's just
Take it back to what we started talking about. Yeah, my dad spent a month in a hospital afterwards, and he was like, "Yeah, they took. I had a rash, and they told me I would get nervous once in a while. They had no idea,
Right.
After Korea,
Depression, anxiety, none of that shit was real.
1992 or something that was invented.
Do you have any PTSD over anything, Mark?
Well, not much. When I was a kid, we lived in this big house that was kind of dilapidated, so we got robbed all the time. People would break in the house, and as a little kid, you're sleeping in your bed upstairs, and you just hear glass break.
fucking brutal.
It was brutal, and you're just like, are they gonna come up here? Is my dad gonna go down there? So that made me skid. And that happened, 6 times a year, 7 times a year. You're like,
shit.
Fuck, there's someone in the house, and then you go downstairs and the TV's gone or whatever.
Yeah, that's brutal.
So that messed with me.
Oh, especially as a little kid.
Oh,
Fuck you up. Yeah,
Big bedwetter. I think it was all trauma, all fear.
Hell yeah.
Do you ever get that? Does it ever like you remember it? Sometimes you're in New York, or like you said, you got mugged.
Dude, I go to my apartment. I have a small New York apartment, and I go in when I'm home alone. I'm like, I'm looking under the bed. I check the shower, and I'm like, what am I doing? There's like 50 units.
Childhood stuff.
Yeah, my door was locked. Everything was locked, but I still have that. Like, he's in here. There's a guy in here.
Yeah, I was afraid of Jesus when I was a kid. I watched Passion of the Christ.
Okay.
I watched Passion of the Christ way too early in my life, and I swear to God, I would not take the trash out. I wouldn't go upstairs if it was dark. Like, I was horrified of Jesus, dude.
Wow.
Like,
that movie didn't make him see like it was a horror movie.
They're like, fucking kill the Jews! I was like, oh, no, I gotta go.
Shouldn't he be scared of you since you're Jewish? You're the one that you killed him.
Good point.
Yeah. No. They're
You're
out
the
to
aggressor
get him.
here.
I've never heard of that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's got to go.
Oh, I got 5. Okay, yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
let's end this
Yeah,
now.
we're almost done
Thanks,
anyway,
guys. So, Mark, thanks for being
Hey,
here.
thank
I heard
you.
you had a big one last night.
Yeah, I'm hurting.
You're hurt.
I'm hurt. We stayed out too late.
It was brutal. I didn't get to bed till like 7.
Yeah,
I
same.
couldn't sleep.
And you can't jerk off with this. There's no porn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Brutal.
Well, you got to buy I bought the $200 internet, so
I
I
might
could
do
beat
it
off.
just
You
for the
I
yank.
bought it. It helps, but it's still shoddy.
It is shy. Yeah.
You got to like jerk off to it like a freeze frame.
Remember when you used to have to beat off to just regular pictures?
Oh,
yeah.
I used to lay the magazines out and make it like this. I'd make it a movie.
It was like the prehistoric multiple browsers.
It's like compilation
Yeah,
porn.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for being on the show. You guys are goats to me, and as
you're the man.
musicians, we're just in awe of someone just going up there with their dick out solo. Just one.
Yeah.
We have, like, if we do music,
We're pussies.
You know, we're pussies. We have 5 other people behind us. You have to do this by yourself in front of theaters, and I'm envious, and I'm just thankful you're there to laugh with all of us.
Hey, thanks. We can't do anything else.
Yeah.
So that's all we got.
UPS just got
So
a bunch of good new contract. So.
My last question is, when it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered by?
Ooh.
Just funny, got some laughs, told some good zingers. You want to be looked at as a good comic, not a hack. That's really all.
Fuck
nice
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Me
about
too.
you?
Same exact. Ditto. What he said.
Yep.
For sure.
You want the respect.
Yeah.
You want the respect.
Respect and makes people laugh and be thought of as a good dude.
Yeah.
You don't like. There's some comics who died and they're like,
Right.
yeah, he was some guy like toddling,
Yeah,
People are like,
exactly.
He's a dick. He was a dick.
Yeah.
People,
I
Yeah.
got some family members like that, so I can.
yeah.
Right.
You can really tell who someone was when they die. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
when
yeah.
it-
True.
Your truth shines.
Yeah.
How people react.
He was always on time. Like
Yeah.
they're digging up the worst.
He
compliments
wore
just to find
pants
something.
when he went outside.
Exactly.
Well, keep up the great work, guys, and I'll see you on the road, probably.
Hey.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Have a good one. Later.